What if the secret to getting everything you want in life is to stop trying so hard to get it? In this video, we want to dive into the backwards law and how the backwards law describes chasing things like happiness, love, or success can push it further away. And with this, I want to welcome you back to the channel. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as I said in this video, we want to talk about the backwards law, and it has been credited to Alan Watts, and he defines the backwards law as the harder you chase something, the more you push it away. You can take, for example, falling asleep, and if you're forcing and really trying hard to fall asleep, sometimes that's the very reason why we're not able to fall asleep. Another example is, I'm pretty sure you heard that one before too, try to relax, and then you're forcing yourself to be relaxed, and because of that you're creating resistance towards being relaxed, and therefore you're not relaxed. So the more we're trying too hard to do something, that's sometimes the very reason we're pushing it away. And the moment we let go is when that actually comes into our life, when it actually happens. Then one of the main points I always find very interesting is the point of chasing happiness. That always sad wrong in my stomach to think about chasing happiness when it's something that you cultivate within, rather than trying to find it trying to find it in the outside world. And with chasing happiness and really focusing all your efforts on trying to be happy, not only do you push that further away, but also you pay more attention to the moments when you're not. So by that, you're creating more unhappiness because you pay so much attention to how unhappy you are. And that's the interesting thing, that because of that, you pay attention to the moments when you're not aligned with, in this case, happiness. Another interesting example when it comes to chasing something is, I'm not sure if you've ever tried it, but have you ever tried chasing a butterfly? Most likely you won't be able to catch it by chasing it, but there's a way better chance of the butterfly landing at you, gracing you with its presence and saying hello by landing on you, rather than you chasing it. And the same is true for happiness, in my opinion, that the moment you're letting go of trying to make everything in your life work towards that and chase happiness, the moment you let go of that, you will actually be more aware of the moments where you are happy. Then another point where the backwards law causes a lot of damage for a lot of people is the area of control, right? A lot of people want to control everything, and the more you're trying to control things, as we all know, life happens and there will be things that will not work according to plan. That's life. And the more you're trying to have a control on everything, the more it will upset you if things are not working out the way you thought they should, or how you had it in your head. So it causes more chaos and destruction by trying to control or have your grip on everything than it does any good for you. And an interesting analogy for this, which is also something that has been passed down in a lot of spiritual teachings, is the more you try to grasp water, or the more you tighten your grip on water, the more it escapes. And now we want to bring all this into steps and actionable insights on what we can do so that that backward law is not biting us in the ass. So one of the things, obviously, as I mentioned, is to stop chasing things like happiness or success or insert X, whatever you're trying to accomplish. And instead of that, we should focus on being present and being grateful for the present moment and also everything that we already have in our life. Because when we take happiness as the example, we already have everything to be happy. I mean, there are so many people in the world that have way less than you, that you are currently watching this. And they also have everything they need to be happy. We have this illusion in our head that we need so many things to be happy, but the bare minimum for us to be happy is there for most people. And that's why we need to change the focus from what we need in order to be happy to what we already have in order to be happy. And then the second point, when it comes to control, there we need to shift the focus from controlling the outcomes of something, so the result, into focusing more on the actual actions that we take. And there's always the point that what can you do today that can get you further towards your goals, or it's something that you would like to do. So focus on which steps can I take rather than, okay, this is the outcome that I want. Because with these actions, we're actually less likely to be so controlling, because we just focus on what we do rather than what outcomes we want. Because with outcomes, there are a lot of other factors that play a role, but the actions, that is something that we can control. And then the last point is always to practice acceptance. And I think Eckhart Tolle mentions that in his book A New Earth as one of the 3 states that we all should be in, and we shouldn't tolerate to be in any other state. And if I remember correctly, he says that acceptance is basically the lowest, the bare minimum, and then it's joy, and then it's ecstasy. And I think with that first step, the acceptance is something that fits quite well into this, where everything that is maybe not something that we prefer, we can always choose to be in acceptance with it, rather than creating that resistance, which then creates so much disturbance right within us. Let's practice acceptance with things, and especially things that are out of our control, as the third step or the third actionable insight here. And then I want to bounce it back to you. What are things that you've been chasing that you're ready to let go of? Or maybe you already had that experience where you have been chasing something and then you let go of it and everything fell into place. So let me know, share with everyone else if you yourself have something that you would like to let go of, or already have practiced that and seen that in action. And with that, I will wrap it up, and I wish you a wonderful day, and I will see you next week.